channel subsequently. It is the endeavor of the learning and development team to develop quality online content, which will be available to our enthusiastic members who want to access the ideas, techniques, and learning to enhance their life and business. So here we are ready to learn and get entertained during the long weekend. There are 2 sessions coming up. The first will be handed over by Raksha of CVR, Bangalore, on the magic of giving first and getting big. She'll be followed by Umashankar from Agni, Chennai, on the type of communication that will win you the opportunity notes instantly. So, 2 power-backed sessions that will give us all valuable takeaways that will help us grow on our business in between the sessions. We have Kiran Chandrasekhar of Vamana, who will highlight the rock stars, the high voltage performers across all BBB regions. And the second sessions will be taken over by Srimati Lakshmi. Now, are we ready? If we are ready, please put on Y on the chat box, please. I'll be introducing Raksha ma'am now. That good? Shall we start?
Yes, please.
So
please.
I'm happy to welcome Raksha ma'am here. She's an entrepreneur, a trained Bharatanatyam dancer, and an avid reader. She's Raksha Kapoor, an MBA by qualification. Her experience across working for corporates, educational institutions, and her eye for the arts has culminated into our venture Paper Play, a digital marketing agency based out of Bangalore. Raksha, handing over to you. Please take the session, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Priya. I'm going to start sharing my screen.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you confirm if my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, visible.
All right. First of all, a very, very happy morning to everybody. It is such a wonderful feeling. What a beautiful Sunday morning. And what a great way to start the month, the week. I just feel incredibly happy to be here in this platform, leave alone getting the opportunity to speak. So good morning and welcome to yet another session of the MARGA series. At the beginning, I would like to start with gratitude to the L&D team for 3 things, honestly. One is to just sort of orchestrate the MARGA series. I think as a Bharatanatyam dancer, I know what MARGA truly means, and it is such a beautifully coined word. Second, to give me the opportunity to speak in this forum. And 3, to coin such a wonderful topic, that is the magic of giving first and getting big. Now, it actually runs really deep. If you look at the word, the whole phrase itself, it is a very beautifully coined and a very deep topic if you look at it. So now at the core of BBB, right, we have all joined BBB voluntarily. We have come together as entrepreneurs, and we are all here together because we all have that innate need of wanting to grow together. Correct? We all otherwise could have independently run our businesses. Why did we join here? Do you all agree? I want to see a lot of activity on the chat box. Do you all agree with that? Do you agree that we are all here because we want to engage with each other? We want to be able to help each other grow. We want to be able to learn from each other, get mentorship, give mentorship. There is so much giving and taking, and that transaction is just, I think, phenomenal. Right? Do you all agree? I want to see a lot of noise. I want to see, thank you.
Yes, we agree.
Yes, thank you so much. We are indeed very, very lucky to be part of this forum as well, because we get to meet such incredible people. So the whole point of this forum itself is about giving. And I think that forms a great fundamental, that forms the stepping stone to anything that we all do, right? Now, also in everyday parlance, we see that we use there is this phrase that we commonly use. Can you guess what I'm talking about? We use it very commonly. We use it in personal situations. We use it in relationships. We use it at work. We use it as students. We have used it. Can you guess what that statement is? Anybody?
Giving is joy.
Yes, giving is joy. We always say give and take. It's all about give and take. We would have actually told someone that so many times, right? It's all about give and take. And what we have to focus on is what comes first and what comes second. First comes give and then comes the take, right? That order is what we need to really focus on. So if you look at my screen now, there is a visual.
We are still seeing the first initial screen, Rakshaji.
Correct. That's what I'm still at. Thank you. So if you look at my first screen, the magic of giving first and getting big, it is actually a visual oxymoron, where the big is smaller font, but whereas giving first is the bigger font. That's because when you start giving big, you actually get much, much bigger. And there is a magic there, right? When you take that first step of giving someone very big, what you get back is just incredible. What you get back is something that you cannot imagine, right? So let's move forward. Now, I personally feel that stories is a very powerful way of learning concepts or understanding the innateness of a concept. So I would like to begin by some success stories that we have seen, but we want to learn out of it today as to how giving is always followed with greater benefits for us, right? The first story, we all know who we are talking about. This is the Tata Group, and we know this man. This is Mr. Ratan Tata, and we all have seen what a philanthropic mind he has. He is not a businessman, he's an industrialist. He's someone who has given like nobody. He gives and gives and gives. And today we know the loyalty we all have towards Tata. So just to give a brief background about Tata Group itself, we all know the story. It's not that we are not, but I'm just trying to reiterate here. Now, the Tata Group has a very rich history and a strong tradition of giving that has played a significant role in its success and the acquisition of a massive market share. They have played a role. They have been pivotal in giving so much back to the society, and in turn you see that their market share is growing multiple fold. Now, Jamshedji Tata is the founder of the Tata Group. He was a visionary, an entrepreneur with a deep sense of social responsibility. His vision went beyond business profits. It was not what he was looking at. Business profits was not where he saw, right? He saw beyond that. His vision extended way more than that. He aimed to contribute to the well-being of the society. In 1892, he actually established the J.N. Tata Endowment to support Indian students seeking higher education abroad, a testament to his commitment to education and nation building. His vision was extremely macro. He gave back to the nation as a whole, and education was his biggest contribution because he has done significant work, and his successors have eventually done a lot of work in the education field. So Tata set up Tata Trust to channel a significant portion of the group's profits into philanthropic activities. The trusts have been instrumental in funding education, healthcare, social welfare projects across India. Now, if you all have seen some of the case studies done on the 26/11, the Taj attack that happened, there is a Harvard case and there is a Harvard professor who has spoken about this because this was one of the most critical case studies in the HR world. Now, what Tatas do is in the Taj Hotel especially, they hire a lot from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. They have given them, empowered them so much that when 26/11 happened, the staff stood on ground, ensuring that all clients who were in the Taj were rescued. They could have easily taken the easy route and escaped the scenario. But that did not happen because there was so much loyalty that developed within the employee base. People stood strong. They helped people to get safe. And that is a testament to what Tatas have been able to do. The story of the Tata Sons is one of visionary leadership, a commitment to social responsibility, and a belief in giving back to the community. This ethos has not only helped the Tata Group gain a massive market share, but has also positioned it as a socially conscious and responsible corporate entity. The values of giving and social responsibility continues to be an integral part of the Tata Group's identity, contributing to its success and positive impact on the society. Even today, I think as Indians, when we have an opportunity, we would definitely trust a Tata brand. One is its unparalleled quality, and beyond that, they have created a value for themselves which makes you buy it. And that is what the power of first is. Moving on, the next story is of Tom's. Tom's is a footwear brand from the United States. And this is a very interesting story, just that it intrigued me a lot when I read the book of, Blake Mycoskie. He is the founder of Tom's, and he founded that in 2006. Now, I read his autobiography, and it was an incredible story of giving. So he's a serial entrepreneur, and in 2006, he had sold out his business, and he had just sort of gotten rid of his responsibilities from the previous entrepreneurial venture. And in 2006, he just takes off on a trip to Argentina. He backpacks and he leaves. And what does he do? He goes to Argentina and he's having a good time, but then suddenly he notices little children walking barefoot. I request the members to please be on mute. Thank you. So when he goes to Argentina, he sees little children with no footwear, and they were walking quite a distance. They were carrying on their normal activities on bare feet. And that sort of triggered this idea in his head, because he wanted to give back to them. But he was wondering how he can do this and create more and more awareness in the global scenario where people were able to give more freely and be able to support this drive. So in 2006, he started a unique business that had made giving an integral part of its model. The company is widely recognized for its one-to-one model itself. So what it said was, every time one buys a pair of Toms, there is one more given to a child somewhere in need. Okay, so now what happened? That this one was serving the corporate social responsibility. It was actually serving a social responsibility, and customers started to feel like they are part of a big social cause. They felt that their purchase made a massive social impact. Now, it all started with the thought of giving. He wanted to give back. There was no intention of making profits. Actually, if you look at some of his work before, he was already a guy with a lot of ventures already. So money was not his motivation at all. His idea was to give back. And that thought, that single thought of giving, started Tom's. And he was able to take a lot of people along with him. You know, they jumped on his bandwagon and said that we want to be part of this bigger cause. People started to shop for Toms. Yes, it is a comfortable pair of shoes as well. It is a very well-engineered footwear. But beyond that, people felt like they were part of a bigger change by buying a pair of Toms shoes, right? So the giving model engaged customers on a deeper level. It wasn't just about selling a product. It was about being a part of a movement for social change. Customers felt a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment, knowing that their purchase was making a massive difference. The value of giving had become ingrained in Tom's, so they started to diversify as well. Eventually, Tom's got into the eye care industry and the coffee industry, and exactly mirrored this model across all verticals. So the fundamental of Tom's became giving, and he grew multiple folds. What he started with giving got him back results that he couldn't have imagined, right? So moving on, giving is is a trait that we all have been ingrained with. We have seen our grandparents, our parents, and we are following it today as well. As Brahmins, we are all culturally so ingrained. Giving is ingrained in us, right? So the concept of giving is referred to as dana in the Sanatana Dharma. It is a very vital role. It plays a very vital role in our ritualistic practices. So the philosophy is considered sacred and virtuous, and it is seen as a means of earning spiritual merit. Simply put, the more you give, the more spiritual brownie points you get, right? That is what has been told to us. Like even today, when we even perform a small puja at home, ಐದ್ ಮುತ್ತೈದೆಯರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಶಿನ ಕುಂಕುಮ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, right? Dakshine idbeku. Any puja, we have to. There is always in the vidhana itself, giving back is part of what we practice on a day-to-day basis, right? So spiritually, we as Brahmins are brought up like that in our households. It is not alien to us at all. We are not oblivious to the fact that giving brings us goodness. It is ingrained in us. We are practicing even without realizing or identifying it. It is a very commonplace occurrence. We are exposed to the concept very early on. As children, we have seen our grandmothers, our mothers, our fathers, uncles, aunts, everybody giving. The act of giving is so natural to all of us, right? We have done it in so many forms. Like dharma is a concept that we have learned very early on. Annadana, Vastradana, Vidyadana, Seve, Dakshine. So this concept is not new to us. I would like some of the members to, one or two of you all to sort of give your instance of dana in day-to-day lives. Would anyone like to volunteer here? Yes, in our day-to-day practices, giving is...
Raksha.
Yes,
Raksha,
please.
I would like to mention, we have a saying in our Brahmanism which says, "Balgayal kottidi edgai gottagbardu." That means whatever you give in the right hand, even the left hand should not know about that. So we have been inculcated in such a way that giving is the first thing that you have to learn. Not gaining, giving is the first thing that you have to learn.
Yes, and giving unconditionally. Like you rightly said, the left hand should not know that the right hand gave it. It is without expectation. Thank you so much for that, Sri Lakshmi. Anyone else would like to share?
Yes, madam. I'm Soumya Srinath from Saramvi chapter, Mysuru. And we have a habit in our in-laws' house. We have a habit of, after preparing the food, we will serve in a plate and give it to the birds.
Wow.
The first thing we do in our house, but once the food has been prepared, we will serve it in a plate and give it to the birds in our backyard. So the first thing we give.
Thank you for sharing. I think someone else wanted to add something to this.
Yes, this is Kritika from BBB Agni, Chennai. And the first thing that we do, we all do kolam right in front of our house, and we do it with rice flour, and that itself is the first dan that we give it for the insects.
Yes.
Plants.
So beautifully put. Yeah, right. We all have it in our is already part of us, right? But today's session is targeted towards how we can bring this and sort of translate this into business actions. So we will, so when you sort of introspect and move a little closer to what we are discussing today, why do we give? What is it that makes giving an act that is natural to us? So innately, psychologically, we understand that in a community, what we do, others will do, and we all benefit from it. We have seen this in our own chapters. We have seen some members who are giving unconditionally for the growth of all our businesses. I think BBB as a forum has achieved that capacity because the common thread is also our community and a sense of belongingness. Like as we began the session, everyone, someone said that let's all switch on the videos. We want to see the brotherhood within our community because it brings us a sense of belongingness. We have a sense, honestly, I keep telling everyone that whenever I attend a meeting of BBB, it is like going to your relative's house. You are having fun while we are growing as well. That sense is what we need to convert. We need to start giving unconditionally, and we need to grow as a community and as a business community. We often refer to other communities saying, "Hey, oral tumba unity ide." Yes, we have unity too. Why? Let us showcase that and grow to greater heights, because this community is very powerful. We have extraordinary businesses across so many chapters. And let us start giving, let us start motivating more and more people to give. So when you actually give, you are influencing a lot of others, and they will start doing it as well. There is a sense that what we do, others will start doing. So you start giving, others will start giving. It is infectious, right? Good deeds are always very infectious. So start giving, we give because we have that sense in us. We know that in the same situation, others would have done that for you. This is that human psychology that you need to tap into, right? Tomorrow, if I ask for a referral, I ask for a specific connect, I know that there will be, more than half of the chapter who will come and say, how can we help you? Right? I know that they will come for me. So I want to be there for someone else. I want to start giving. I want to be paying attention in my meetings, paying attention in any situation that you are in. See what others want and be able to give to them. Correct? Because others would have done that for you. You have that sense in you. Okay? We want to give back where we have profited before. Right? There are two people in this transaction. There is a giver and a receiver. When you have received from someone, you will give it back to them. So why don't you give first, right? That first step is extremely critical. So let us start giving, one, without the intention of receiving. But guess what? Karma has a way of coming back to you. You are going to get back. Okay? Then when we work together, we get bigger, we get better results than working on your own. I think that we already know, which is why we are all here in this platform. Correct? We as BBB members, we have all come in, someone referred, and we suddenly found the merit in it. We thought, okay, there is a beautiful opportunity here of interacting with businesses. So why not grow together, work together, get bigger and better? We already are there. It is in us. But today I'm just highlighting the goodness in all of us, because we all are givers. I think fundamentally, when I was working on this, I was thinking that when you are already in BBB, you already know the importance of giving, right? So today, I think it's just about highlighting, because all of you are already givers. We have seen some extraordinary projects coming alive within BBB, helping each other. There are so many joint projects that happen. People are with open arms, everyone's giving to each other. That brings me to that last point where we say that we enjoy it. Today, we want to work with others. We want to start giving because we enjoy that process of giving. When you see that a business has converted because of your referral, it is just that sheer happiness. We enjoy the act of giving, right? So the acts of giving can change lives. You never know what you have done. You would have just put one person through to another person. But that transaction is not restricted to one thing. Because I think I have been in many events now within BBB. Everyone is a people's person. Everybody are really genuinely nice people who want to socialize. Now, one referral like that, you're first of all very sure that that business is going to be done really well. But beyond that, that one connection can transpire into so many greater things. It can be a business transaction. It can be continued perennial business transactions. Beyond that, there can be mentorship that can happen. There can be partnerships that can happen. There can be collaborative efforts that can catapult to so many things that is greater, right? So the act of giving is so powerful regardless of the size. It does not matter that you are giving a 1 crore business. It does not matter. It can be very, very small, but it can go on to become something very big. And we all know that. We have had live examples. Correct? So we can give in many ways. It needn't always be a referral. Yes, the focus is referrals. There are no two things about it. Generating referral is one of the key aspects of this networking group. However, There are many other ways in which you can give, and that can convert into something that you get back eventually. So the first thing is a referral opportunity that we have already spoken about. It can be between two businesses. It can be a client that somebody else wants in your chapter or another chapter, right? We have 31 chapters, 32 chapters. So across them, someone may want to connect to a vendor of yours, to a client of yours, right? So please give freely, right? The giving of a referral is one of the many ways you can give. Next is giving of mentorship. A business may need mentorship. I'll give you my own example. When I joined BBB, I was a new entrepreneur, right? I'm a first-gen entrepreneur with not much ideas, or especially in conducting business. My skill is there, but there was mentorship that was really lacking. But trust me, when I entered the chapter, there were people giving so unconditionally. There was a sense of so much gratitude because people gave. There is so much motivation that I get. There is so much inspiration. And the more, I started networking, I saw that this existed in all chapters. The more you interact, you identify that these mentors are everywhere. And imagine, we are so lucky that we have a platform that is served on a platter to us. We can literally pick up the call and ask for any kind of advice at any point. And trust me, no member would deny. We all agree that, right? We all agree that tomorrow everything is a phone call away. Do we all agree? We all have mentors and people that we can fall back on, ask for advice. Can I see it in the chat box? Can I see thumbs up on, do you agree with me? And they are all superb givers. So as we grow, thank you so much. Yes, I'm so glad you all agree, because we have all faced it. We have all been on that side, but we need to start giving now. We need to start emulating these mentors. The more you give. So I'll tell you this one incident that happened. I'm sure you all know that CVR conducts a specialist speak every week, right? So I spoke for 2 weeks on digital marketing, which is my area of work. And after 2 weeks, I get a phone call from a very senior member. Trust me, he's a very senior, seasoned member. He calls me and he says, "You are giving so unconditionally. I think it is our moral responsibility to give back." And he had referred me to 8 people at the end of it. I had goosebumps. I'm not even kidding, because this is not normal, right? He actually said that. And to me, that is an act of, that act of giving is incredible. We have all been there. So let us start emulating these people. Let us start giving first. Let us take that initiative and say that I'm going to help you, right? Giving of knowledge to local businesses. So CVR is doing that right now. And we see a lot of other chapters now joining in. We have had multiple sessions. We have had sessions on health for entrepreneurs. We have had introduction to technology. We are sharing our own businesses and the skill sets that we all have. Knowledge sharing is extremely precious, and it can change lives of many people. So knowledge sharing is also a way you can give back. Giving local education ties back to the knowledge, but maybe you can extend it to beyond the our realms. You can go out and give education. And finally, giving critical feedback. Whenever there is a new member, especially for new members, if they do their 30-second presentation or there is a DBP, give them critical feedback, a feedback where they can grow, right? We can always help them improve. And that is a great form of giving, because a mild change in their presentation can actually help them. And you giving that critical feedback, volunteering to give, you have to have that that attitude of, let me go and talk to them. There is no feeling bad. We all have passed that. In BBB, there is no feeling bad or there is no inhibition. Let us go give critical feedbacks to people and say how they can change the way they are probably doing their 30 seconds. Maybe they need to speak louder, a simple act like that. Or maybe they are missing to give an important USP of their pitch. Let us help them do that, okay? Now, giving in BBB, let us boil down to, now in that funnel, we are getting slightly micro, and we'll talk about referrals. Referrals is an extremely important part of giving when it comes to a business networking forum like this. Now, how can we generate referrals? Yes, the obvious answer is KYTs, right? So KYT, for people who are possibly new, KYT stands for Know Your Team. We have to know our team and who we are working with. Your team is going to facilitate a lot of this. They are going to keep repeating it time and again to have KYTs. But let us be wary of why we are here and make sure that we are going out to people and arranging for KYTs. We have to book time with them. We have to know your teams. You have to know your teams in order to be able to generate referrals that matter to them, right? And that happens only in a KYT. That happens only when you know the business in and out. You have spent one-to-one time with a person, you know them. That's when you are able to give them the quality referral that they have always been looking for. Next, we will actually delve a little bit more into KYTs a little bit later, but we'll go on to networking. Now, networking is very, very important. We already are here because we are excellent networkers, but make sure to, be part of a lot of these events. There has, starting from Bidyut, there have been, there have been events that have happened in the past, including Bidyut. There has been the badminton tournament that has happened, and recently there was Leadathon. How many of you were in Leadathon? I see a lot of familiar faces. I was there, but Kiranji is here, who was the brainchild behind it. But how many of you were there? Excellent. Can one or two of you share in one word how that event was? In one or two words, how was that event? RP sir?
Yeah, good morning, Raksha. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm not able to switch on the video. I'm on some medication. See, the Leadathon was an excellent event. It's a very thought out, very well planned event. Thanks to Kiran Chandrasekhar, Ellen and team, Raksha and Mani, of course. See, here around 29 members have shown interest to pass referral to me. That is 29 leads. And I got one solid lead where Dr. Vasudha from Arundhati chapter, she is building a villa. In fact, I got a referral for the home automation and electronic security systems. Now, this is one itself can lead to around a business of around 10 to 12 lakhs. So I request any such events when it is organized, I request all the members, please join the team. It's going to be an excellent way of networking and getting business for your own organization. Thank you, Raksha.
Thank you. Thank you so much, RP sir, for that share. So just to give you a statistic, there was more than 2,600 referrals that was generated on that day. You can only imagine the pool of givers that we have, right? The event was so dynamic. There was so much activity happening. People were passing referrals, people were unconditionally giving. So being part of networking groups, networking events becomes very, very important. Even as simple as going early to your meeting and engaging with your fellow members at your meeting, also then extending to other events that are happening externally, it really is a great platform, both for receiving and more so for giving, right? Next is being visible. Being visible is actually very easy here, because like I said earlier, our BBB meetings is like going into a family gathering. So being visible is not difficult, right? Being a team player is not at all difficult, because all of them are your fellow members. They are no longer members after a point. I'm sure all of you agree, because I've seen the dynamics across chapters. There is that brotherhood that binds us. So being visible is actually a very simple job, right? Start offering help. Be a team player. There are people, role bearers within the chapter who are working very, very hard so that everybody gets business, right? It's a voluntary service. They've all come together. They are big, big givers. They have unconditionally agreed to come and start helping the chapter grow, helping the forum grow, right? Now, what you can do is Say you're a new member, you can just offer help. You can just say that I am going to, maybe do the education slot one day. Very simple, right? Because we all are extremely talented. There is no two things about it. You can just take up the education slot voluntarily. There are so many opportunities where you can become visible and add to the positive attitude or positive environment of your chapter. You start getting noticed. Givers are always, always noticed. It is an innate human nature, right? So being visible is in fact very simple. You can start offering help. You can start taking roles eventually once you're comfortable with the platform. Start taking on roles. The leadership team here, they are so giving, honestly, because they are there because of that attitude. You go to them and say, I like this role, and they will with two arms welcome you into that committee, right? So please start being visible, and this is a great way of giving to BBB. Now, I just want to throw some light on the potential that BBB has. So there are 32 chapters. I mean, that is a crazy number. Come to think of it, 32 chapters is a potential that we all have to take seriously, right? We have 1,389 businesses. And it is spread across 13 cities. I have missed to add Pune here. Pune has been the recent addition. With this kind of potential, imagine the leadathon activity that we did. We were only about 120 of us, and we were able to generate 2,600 referrals just with 120 members. I'm sure there are mathematic geniuses who will be able to put a formula and say what is the number that we can generate with this kind of potential. 1,389 members across so many cities. The gives can be great. It can be small, but it can quantify to something very big, right? So the potential is incredible. So us as a team have to start spreading our wings, start doing a lot of KYT, start interacting with members across chapters, across cities, and check how you can help others. And trust me, if you believe that the first step is about giving, it is going to come back to you in multiple folds that you cannot imagine. Okay. Now, getting a little bit narrower, right? Because KYTs, according to all of us, yes, we all know this. KYTs matters a lot. It is a very, very important aspect to giving referrals and getting referrals. Correct? So we will just sort of put a structure to this. I think if we have this framework, we can have a very effective KYT, right? Now, I recommend that first point before we get into a KYT, start with members within your chapter first. Once you have exhausted it, please start extending it to cross chapter and then cross region. Right? Now, by this time, there are businesses that have evolved already. It is not necessary to do a KYT only once. You can keep having KYTs. And I'm sure some of the seasoned members know that after one KYT, you're all friends. You keep meeting them. Correct? So it goes beyond naturally. But this first step has to be taken. That initiative has to be taken. Okay? So just to sort of give structure to this, to a KYT, first is prepare for your KYT. In your 30 seconds, you almost know what your fellow members do. What is it that their business looks like. So prepare before you go to a KYT. I agree. I request all members to please stay on mute. Thank you. So preparing for your KYT, yes, sometimes it's an ad hoc KYT. Suddenly, like the other person becomes free, you would have followed up for some time. And then suddenly it may happen. Nevertheless, spend about 20 minutes and prepare for it. How would you prepare? You know about their business. You know potentially what is it that they may require. What are the questions you want to ask? Write it down. Use an actual pen and paper. If you're comfortable with digital mediums, you can feel free to use that. But make sure to prepare for it. Next, be punctual. It can be a physical meet. which we highly recommend, because that face-to-face, the feeling of having a face-to-face KYT is, no online forum can beat it. We know that. But for paucity of time, sometimes online KYTs are fine. And respecting that person's time is very important. So be punctual. If you have agreed to 11 o'clock, be there at 11. You're respecting the time, right? And listen first. Listen to them. Ask them, yes, please tell me about your business. That is a great way to start a KYT, right? Please tell me about you. It can even be like, hey, let's forget business for some time. Tell me what you have. Give me your background. Tell me what your hobbies are. What do you do in your free time? Can be a great way to ice break with your fellow member, right? And just to add here, it will be great if you can meet them in their business environment. If one of the persons in the KYT has an office, it will be great to meet them in their space. But otherwise, find a common space. That is also fine. You can meet over that perfect cup of filter coffee that both of you enjoy. That is fine. But listen first. Listen to them. What are their preferences? Do they like masala puri or do they like a masala dosa? Those are all things that can really break ice. Ask open-ended questions. More open the questions are, the more insight you get into that person's life, right? A yes and a no answer may not really give us more about that person. So ask as much as open-ended questions as you can. Now, the next point is what is very, very important in a KYT: sharing personal stories and professional goals. Personal stories always take you a little bit closer to that person, right? So in a KYT, say, for example, you say you're a reader and that person happens to be a reader. And trust me that next 1 hour is not going to be about business, because I'm a reader. I have met fellow readers in KYTs. You suddenly shift to, what book are you reading now? Have you read that? Have you read this? The writing, the thrill, the thrill of reading, that passion once you share. And then in the end, you have professional goals. You say that, there is this one referral that I have been looking for. You are going to get that referral. You are going to do it.
Group admin can mute everyone. I request group admin to mute everyone, please.
Yes, sir, we are doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. So that personal story can really bind two people, and you will start giving referrals. You are more connected to that person, and you know that, okay, I'm sure this referral will help that person. And then professional goals, say, for example, there is a specific request. There is one particular referral that person has been looking for. The next time you hear that name, the first person that comes to your mind is the person you've just done the KYT with. Because you share that personal bond, you are both artists. For example, you are both cricket fans. That person is going to top your list for sure. So share your personal stories and your professional goals will start syncing. Next, always end your KYT with referrals. Go with that framework, right? Try at least minimum 2 referrals should be passed by the end of it, from you who has initiated it and from the other person. Or at least introductions. That person or you may know a person who may know someone else that they want. So try to end the KYT with referrals and introductions at least. And then always follow up. When you're giving a referral, follow up with them. Did he respond? Were you able to get in touch with her? Were you able to set up a meeting? You let me know if you're not able to get through to her. I will sort of put in a word. Because I'll tell you, as a digital marketing professional, how much ever we have evolved over time with our marketing techniques, right? So digital has now emerged as a massive platform to engage with your potential customers. But word of mouth still remains the most powerful tool of business growth. There is nothing stronger than word of mouth. You put in a word for your fellow member and say, hey, that guy's business is fantastic. Please contact him. That one thing is going to convert. It is 70% of the job done, right? So that follow-up becomes very important. You have given a referral, you follow up. and make sure that that referral, at least there is an initial meeting that has been triggered off. And last, yes, it is a very administrative step, but as BBB, it is very important to measure these metrics. Please make sure to enter it in Beehive because it gives everyone a good picture, a good metrics to measure what is happening, right? Now, the power of giving first is what we want to really focus on here. People notice givers. It's not that the givers have this intention of attracting, some attention on them, but it is about giving. When you give, whether it is referrals, the opportunity notes, transaction slips that you've passed, it's not that. Even when people are giving in meetings, you notice them, right? So announcing these things, announcing opportunity notes loudly is an opportunity that you start exploring, like you start giving out to others, and others will start identifying it and they'll want to start emulating you. So start announcing it, be visible, be part of meetings, right? Next is testimonials. Now, we all are using businesses from fellow members. In meetings, take that time off to volunteer, stand up, and give a testimonial of how excellent the business has been. Wholeheartedly give appreciation because it's not going to take more than 2 to 3 minutes. So unconditionally giving testimonials will invoke that kind of positive energy within the fellow members, right? Now, I will take a step further and say that let's not restrict these testimonials only to your meetings. Go ask that fellow member and say, how can I help you in terms of digitally manifesting this? Now, say, for example, that business has a shop, has a physical shop, and they have a Google page. Go drop a review there. Or that person is very active on LinkedIn. Go drop a LinkedIn recommendation for them. That testimonial is going to broaden their horizon of potential customers. So give testimonials wholeheartedly and unconditionally. It's going to help them in some way, and trust me, it's going to come back to you, right? Giving to the chapter sees every opportunity of giving back to the chapter. It can be the most simplest thing of volunteering at an event. There is cricket coming up, guys. There is cricket coming up on the 2nd and 3rd of December in Coimbatore. Please come there. I'm sure more the merrier, more the volunteers, the merrier it is going to be. Give back to your chapter and see what you are going to receive. And finally, the fundamental of everything, it's the karmic effect, right? What goes around does come back to you. And these are all everyday parallels that we use. What you sow, so shall you reap. What goes around comes around. These are all things that we have lived with. So you are collecting brownie points every time you're giving. And when it comes back to you, you'll realize the power that it carries. Now, often what happens when I have spoken to members, especially the new members, they say that generating referrals is difficult. But trust me, we come with a massive pool of referrals. It is just about identifying them. You would have never thought of them as someone who may need another service, right? So here's a simple formula. 21, there is another concept behind the number 21. Some of you already know. I don't want to get into that. But let's explore 21 connects of your parents, right? Your parents, their vast experience, their life experiences, their professional experiences would have gathered them so many connects, right? So connect with 21 of your parents' connects. Sit down and have a KYT with your parents. Explore some of the referrals that may come out of it. 21 connects of your siblings, your cousins. You never know what will happen. 21 connects of your spouse, 21 connects of your relatives, 21 connects of your friends, of your classmates, of your ex-colleagues. So there is just an abundance of connections that you already have. And it is just about tapping into them and identifying them and start giving them unconditionally. At the bottom of it, it is about you taking that first step of giving and then just sit back and enjoy. Finally, I would like to say that, I've used green and leaf throughout my presentation just because nature is the biggest giver. Let's try to be at least a percentage of what nature has given to us, right? With this, I would like to say thank you to all of you for patient listening. And if we have some time, I would like one person to volunteer for a success story of either giving or receiving, either end. I would like one of you to state a success story on here, please. Yes, anyone would like to volunteer and state a success story, either of their own or someone else that they have seen within BBB.
Raksha, I would like to go ahead.
Please.
BBB is my first networking connect. I have never been, although Multisource, the company that I'm running through, is almost 25 plus year old. We were concentrating onto the B2B market. I discussed the same with Kiran Chandrasekhar yesterday also. I did not even have an idea that we can also reach out to the B2C market.
Wow.
Okay. After getting connected to the BBB forum, I also participated actively in the Big Youth, which happened in Bangalore. So that gave the presence of our company and myself in the Big Youth gave us vast presence, and I started getting many referrals because of that. So I was an active member in the Big Youth that happened in Bangalore. I started taking initiative of experimenting the advertising of the BBB things and reaching it out to all the fellow members through WhatsApp messages or something like that. This made me I'm a very familiar face in the BBB, and through that, I'm very happy that people recognizes me as a part of BBB wherever I go. So this is my personal experience of giving.
Fabulous, fabulous, Sri Lakshmi. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you again for your patient listening. And over to the MCs.
It was a wonderful session, Raksha. Thank you. A big thank you from all the members over here. Can we all clap for Raksha once for this wonderful session? A big thumbs up to you. You throughout the session, you just shared the inspiring stories of Ratan Tata and Blake Mikoski. I'm sorry if I'm not spelling it right. Okay, that was very inspiring. You also emphasized on giving, which can be done in many forms in BBB, not only mentoring, guiding through feedbacks, and also through the opportunities. And you also introduced us to the potential of BBB. That is not only our chapter is our potential, we can focus on all the 1,300 plus members who are in the forum, who are part of the forum. You did all those things very beautifully, Raksha. Thank you so much. It was indeed a very great session to all of us. Thank you. I request a regional director of Bangalore 1, Shri Kiran Chandrasekhar, who is almost friend to everyone over here, who is very well known, to take it over to the next part of the meeting.
Thank you, Lakshmi. It's an honor to be knowing everyone. Hey guys, namaste. And Raksha, a fantastic session. Thanks for reinforcing the belief in giving. So quickly, let us start announcing the rock stars. Again, these are the people who are the givers, who have unconditionally been giving to the members. And in the month of August and September, we are recognizing them together. So much. Hi, hope you're able to see the full screen. Fantastic, thank you. So BBB Rockstars primarily were coined from the L&D team and the chapter, zonal director and the EC members put together. And the idea is to recognize one member per region for contributing. It can be probably generating opportunity nodes, probably giving business to fellow member, or in holistic contributing something for the region or the chapter or a specific zone itself. So here we start. And I always believe that, these are the people who are extreme performers. These are the guys who are looking out to give opportunities to people. It is not that, okay, I know someone, I came across something, I'll give it to you. But if I know that I want I like this person, I believe this person, I will find a way to see that I generate business for him. They continuously care for their fellow members, they care for fellow BBBians, and these are the guys who really make the BBB the happening forum today. So the fun of August Rockstars, we begin with the Mysore and Goa region. Goa, as you all know, is one of the latest add-ons. I think in past 1 year, we just added them. And from there, we have Amol Deshpande. And he's from Vidyakshi chapter, into advertising and communications. And he has been one of the highest business giver consistently. And this is one of the things that takes a lot of effort to give business. But the thing is, when you put in effort to give business, you receive business very easily. That is the whole point. The science of giving business is when you give more, you receive a lot more easily. Let us move on to the Bangalore 1 region. Bharadwaj Narayan. As you see, he is a happy fellow by default. And he has been giving amazing business again for the fellow members. He's into business of inverters and solar batteries. Now, what more? When they perform, we also so proud that, we want to speak about their business also, and we want to see how we can promote them. So that's what we are trying to do here. And thanks a lot, Bharadwaj, for all your contribution for BB members. Then from Bangalore 2 region, we have the rockstar from Aryabhatta. Categories corporate gifting. Again, he has given a lot of opportunity notes and visitors. A lot of times I say this, okay? Opportunity notes are the key for measurement, okay? To see how well a chapter is doing, how well a member is doing. Because if he's able to give more opportunity notes, he is obviously doing a lot of good business and he's well connected. He's a good networker. If you have any member in your chapter who's providing a lot of opportunity note, trust me, I think you should do a KYT with him first. And go with the mindset of giving, not taking. Go give him a couple of opportunity notes and you'll get back 10. It's pure math. And from Chennai, we have Srimati Priya Subbu, chapter Rudra, category auditor, achievement, phenomenal, doesn't it look so?
Kiran, she is from Krishna.
Krishna chapter, right? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Not Rudra. She is from Krishna.
Thanks for the correction, Murli. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she is from my chapter, so I thought it should be.
Fantastic. I'm sorry about that. And Priya is around. Sorry, Priya. Sorry about that. We'll change the chapter. And the category is auditor, achievement, consistent thank you slips. Again, something which is very, very highly acclaimed. Look, getting this thank you slip is also not an easy thing. Only when you are a good service provider or a product deliverer or a promise deliverer, you also get a lot of thank you slips. For the past 6 months, that's a pretty long time. A lot of good business happening out there across Chennai region. And it's not a single chapter. It speaks about across Chennai region, which is 4 chapters and well-connected, widespread KYTs. This is something what I speak to all about. Your chapter is your home. Your chapter is your home, but the rest of the chapters are like your chikama dodama mane. Feel free to connect. Eventually, it is brotherhood. And she introduced a Bhushana member, Mr. Sudhakar, to Krishna chapter. And as you all know, Bhushana members are the crowns of the chapter. These are the high net worth individuals. Either they are well networked, they're in a very good position, they have very good business, and they are capable of bringing in a lot of business to that particular chapter. Or, I know a few people, one Mr. Kamath, from CVR. He is an amazing giver. I can see him, the moment you meet him, he'll be trying to find what I can give you. The moment you meet him, the first thing he'll see is, okay, what can I give you? So this is the kind of people in Bhushana we need. Please find Bhushana members for your chapter if you are looking at bringing in more business for your chapter. Then we have Rockstar from Hyderabad, Mr. Himanand, MJ Himanand. Vishwamitra is the chapter, insurance category. So good contribution in the recent Expo Chanakya 2023. I think this was a preliminary event what they did, because as you all know, Hyderabad is going to host the Bidyut, and before that they wanted to do a warm-up run, and they came out with a fantastic idea, and the feedback I got was amazing. And definitely the honor and credibility goes to people who stood behind it, and I believe Himanand has definitely done a great job. Thanks a lot, Himanand. Thanks a lot. Then we have Western Tamil Nadu and Kerala region. This is chapter Rudra. Business Stay Fresh Laundromat. I believe it is the new age laundry kind of a business. Achievements, highest opportunity notes and visitors. Sorry?
He's into laundromat business. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So achievements, highest opportunities and visitors. So when you say again, opportunities is one thing, visitors is another thing. It's not about visitors bringing business. It is not about just visitors will bring you business. A visitor who can become a potential member for your chapter, okay, comes into your first circle of brotherhood. One. Secondly, we need to reach out. We need to find out good people, good business Brahmin men who can come into BBB. We need them because we need good service providers also. And we need to help these guys out saying that, look, BBB is here to help you in terms of business networking. As a community, we stand together and we help each other to grow. In fact, one thing what I always look at the members is, this is something what I learned from one of my mentor. She's a doctor and she used to lose her health regularly. And I said, I call her Ammaji. I said, Ammaji, why are you doing this to yourself when you are losing your health regularly? Don't you think you should probably quit this? And she was growing old. She said one thing, Kiran, I've been given the power of being a healer. The universe, the God trusted me and made me a healer. And till my last breath, this is what I'm going to do. And as rightly told in Raksha's session, as Brahmins, we are here to give. We are the givers. Looking at our fellow members grow is a part of that whole process. So please get more visitors so we can help them to do more business. Get them as members. Let us all grow together. Let us step into September Rockstars. Hari Krishna Kaul. I have met this gentleman a couple of times. Amazing person. He is one of the leading person in Goa when it comes to mentoring the people there and mentoring the chapters there, is what I've seen. From Panchajanya, business management consulting, achievement, highest opportunity notes given. Again, you can see that he is very dynamic out there in the industry. If you see someone as out there, look, your opportunity notes will define how good you are doing business or how much of business you are doing. Yes, it may vary from vertical to vertical. So focus on increasing your opportunity notes. Automatically, your network will grow, your business will grow. So here comes our rockstar for the other day and today. Raksha Kapoor, chapter CVR, as we all fondly know, CV Raman. Business, social media marketing, achievement, exemplary support for the Bangalore regional event with her creativity. Creativity is one thing, I want to mention just this one factor. Kind of a thing. She had told me that she'll send me in the late night. In the morning, she had not sent. Early morning, 5:30 or 6, I think I pinged her. Raksha, I'm still waiting for that. She immediately messaged back, sir, my son was not keeping well, Kiran. The moment, I get 5 minutes, I'll send it across. I told her, don't mind. I can take it over and do it for you. She said, no, it's already done. Just that I had to run through it again and do it. This is the kind of dedication, what we see in our community. Mothers who are playing dual role. I think this is where we need to support the women of BBB in a much larger scale. Bring them more business, help them. If you have business consultants, sit with them, help them to streamline their business, help them to get their work life and business into a balance. That matters. That's a huge help what we can do for the women who are playing multi-role characters as entrepreneurs. Then we have Mani Lakkaraju, my favorite guy from past, I think, 6 months. I've been working a lot with him. And he's again from chapter CVR, the most happening chapter across BBB, what I can say proudly. And his business is into web and software development. Achievement, developed and implemented an app for the Bangalore regional event in a record of 5 days. People who are in Leadathon, you would have seen the first stage of it where you could scan and you can get onto the app, you can identify. Within 5 days, he could do it. Again, he got this requirement all of a sudden. And with all his busy schedule, he could pull out his time and dedicatedly help me out because we said that this particular event is being conducted for BBB. And he really did a fantastic job there. And then we have Rockstar from Bangalore 2 region, Mr. Ravi Padhyaya. His chapter is Kashyapa, the Pinya chapter, the industrial area chapter, and categories machine tools, manufacturing, and sales. Obviously, his achievement, highest opportunity notes and visitors. He has been known for it for a long time and he continues to be there. Fantastic, Mr. Ravi. Highly appreciated. Please continue to do so and grow the chapter as well. Mr. Ramesh RS, Madras South. Category Fire Protection Systems. Achievement. As captain of CCT in BBB South Madras, he effectively created and managed all CCT team at SSM. Fantastic achievement is what I would say. Most of the MCs who are here are probably people who are in the working committee who have been handling CCT. You know how difficult it is to get the CCT running. Recently, we also had a training about the importance of CCT, but we all know how difficult it is. And literally can say he's doing a commendable job. Fantastic. Thanks again, Mr. Ramesh, for this contribution for BBB and your chapter. Rockstar Hyderabad, Mahesh Balasubramaniam, chapter Annamaya, a very soul-filling name. Categories insurance. Achievements, spearheaded the regional event of cricket event and did a commendable contribution, overall execution. This is something, you know, on and on I say, if you want to be visible, take responsibility. That's one part of it, and achieve it successfully. Challenges will be there. You will find time. Get into the water. If you want to learn swimming, if you want to feel the water, you need to be in the water. Please do it. A fantastic, outcome, I believe. Thanks a lot, Mr. Mahesh, again. Then Mr. Sri Namaste Krishnan, Western Tamil Nadu and Kerala region, chapter Siruvani, business, export, import, sourcing consultant. Again, these are the categories, I believe, you know, these are the premium categories. Architects, builders, consultants. They work with so many small businesses. They have the potential to connect you for several people. Every chapter should have at least 4 to 5 of this kind of categories, minimum. The feeders for the rest of the whole CCT teams. Achievement, highest opportunity notes and business giver consistently for all Coimbatore chapters. Do you notice that? It's about all Coimbatore chapters. Why would that happen? Because he's being flooded with opportunities probably and he's just pouring it out. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Mr. Namaste Krishnan. And finally, thanking all the rockstars again. We are happy, and on behalf of BBB, I thank you all again and request all members to start performing to greater heights so we together as brotherhood can grow beyond region and beyond horizon. Thank you so much. Over to MCs.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kiran sir. A hearty congratulations to all the rock stars over there. You have been inspiring your fellow chapter members and even the other chapter members too. Big congratulations to all of you. Now I take the privilege to introduce our second person, the speaker of this session, Shri Umashankar ji. Umashankar ji is an out-of-the-box thinker with excellent leadership skills and demonstrated the abilities to meet the deadlines and works under pressure. This is the need of the hour as of today. We need to complete a lot of works under pressure. He is also an exemplary communicator with proven skills in all kinds of sales, key accounts management, and capability development. He expertise in building business from scratch to turning non-profitable business to profitable levels. He also adds the he also have an added feather of that is an added feather to Shri Umashankar's cap. He has completed his MBA in Sales and Marketing from ISBM Pune, PGD in IRPM Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. He is also interested in car affinado. I actually searched for the meaning of this. Car affinado is he is a much knowledgeable person in terms of car. He is also a singer and a great humanitarian. Over to you, Umashankar sir. Kindly take up the section.
Thank you very much. Happy morning. I never thought you will read this entire script. Probably if you would have known, I would have given some better script also. Thank you very much. Let me share the screen. Okay. Happy morning, everybody. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity, that too on a Sunday morning. Let me start with a story. Everybody knows the story of Krishna and Kusela, right? Kusela went to Krishna's place and he did a KYT there and he gave this poha. And after taking one hand in that poha, Kusela's entire hut became a bungalow. On the second hand, he took that his wife and kids started getting the best of best dresses, ornaments, furnitures, and everything. I mean, rest is history. So, can somebody tell me what is the significance of this story?
Giving poha.
That's good. So it says that
Giving without
lunchtime.
expectation.
Give
Yeah.
what you have.
So this is
If I can
basically
add something to this, Uma Shankar, it's
Yeah.
not about how small you are. It's about even when you go to people who are much bigger, much higher in status, they always have some kind of requirement that you have to fulfill. Here, that poha is not about that it is not available with Krishna, but it's the love of the friend which he was missing. So it's just the idea of giving, irrespective of however big the other person is.
excellent, coach. Excellent. So this is the psychology of a go-giver versus a go-getter. So what happens is the psychology of a go-giver. It can be words, it can be words of encouragement, money, referral. It doesn't matter as far as you're giving something from your side. After giving, they start feeling good. Any human being at the end of the day wants to feel good, whatever we do. So be it making money, selling real estate, acting, singing, creating music, making a movie. Someone likes traveling, helping others. Why are we doing all these things? Just to get that feel-good factor. So what is a feel-good factor? In your body, the good hormones will be released, which is called dopamine. In today's Gen X, the latest generation, there is a word called dope. You probably would have heard this. Your son or grandson saying that, boss, this is dope, meaning awesome, amazing. So whenever the body releases this hormone, you will feel good. Whenever you feel good, you even do better than what you are normally doing. And you will always stay positive and will be staying away from all kind of mental diseases and physical diseases. So when you see people doing good, you will automatically go out and help them. At least 90% of people will do this. They will do doing good to the other people. For example, Mother Teresa. When the entire world saw her helping, the donation started pouring inside for her. She never had to beg at all. Leaving all on the conversion part and all, I'm just talking Mother Teresa in her real sense of helping.
Uma Shankar sir, you're muted.
Sir, you're on
yourself.
mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The law of stratospheric success, it always says like, whenever we try to sell our product or services, we try to give them the value back for it. For example, a product cost you 100 rupees. We will try to give them back rupees 100, the kind of service what we give. Just imagine what if we try to give them rupees 120 or 150. It may not be just in terms of money. I'm just giving an example. It can be in terms of words, action, etc. If your service matches the rate, it is just a mere transaction. Instead, we elevate it to the next level. I can give a lot of example of what business people gave back for what they have signed up for. I can give my own examples, or you may have your own examples. But my favorite example will be of Starbucks, the famous coffee chain. It's not only a normal coffee shop, it's something more than any coffee shop. It's about community, conversation happening place. In Starbucks, there is one important thing. There is nothing called employer-employee relationships. The culture is totally different. They were called as partners. One of the famous story of Starbucks I always remember is of a lady who came to the coffee shop regularly, fell in love with a man who was working there, a partner, and they started dating. This love story is not a one-day affair. This continued for 2-3 years, and this guy proposed that lady, and they got married. Again, all these partners, the people working in that Starbucks, went for the marriage, and they lived happily. And after some time, the guy fell sick. He was diagnosed with cancer and got admitted in the hospital. And all these partners, they went to the hospitals with the coffee and sweets, which this guy likes, and they were serving them. And unfortunately, after some time, the man died. And all these partners showed up for the funeral. Now tell me what Starbucks did. The lady probably would have spent $10 for a coffee, $7, $10, and the partner's job would have finished by serving just the coffee to her. And it was none of their business to get into this lady's personal life. But they did the extra mile with that lady because they felt that they should make the lady feel comfortable and feel at home. This is what I say. Your true words is determined by how much you give in value rather than in payment.
Shankar, we are unable to hear you.
No, yeah. The other 4 laws of stratospheric successes is compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. Probably you can note it here. Instead of selling, the income is normally determined by how many people you sell. Instead, you have to serve them. That makes the influence actually. And then your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interest. That gives the authenticity of us in the mind of the other people. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. And the key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving also. Receiving is actually part of giving. Before talking about opportunity nodes, are you there to help people to connect? Are you there as a brand ambassador? Do you vouch for your fellow members? Are you utilizing the services of the fellow members, buying their products or recommending them to your friends, your influential circles, instead of paying to a MNC? Just think about it. The value gift is yourself, your presence, and your time. Receiving is a part of giving. Okay, when you talk about opportunity notes, basically, you have to prepare yourself when you go for a KYT. Prepare a dance card, tell about yourself in this, share it with the people who you want to do that KYT, and do it with a genuine interest. Just don't talk about their products or services alone. Ask about their interest. Like Raksha was saying, like talk to them about what is the common interest both of you have so that you can discuss more about it and the ice-breaking session will happen. Our coach normally used to say that giving will not start immediately. First, you have to sell yourself. You have to understand the other person. Then only the mind will start thinking of giving the opportunity. So how they got into this business, their likes, their dislikes, there will be big stories. Like everybody will have an emotional stories. So listen to them genuinely, talk to them. What is common in you both? First, try to identify that so that it will help us the conversation to move to the next level. For example, if you're going to meet Rajinikanth, the superstar, you're not going to ask him about his films, even though you know his movies, latest hits, the failures, flops, and all these things we know. But what we'll be asking more about is like personal things, like what is his favorite food, what does he like, this kind of very intimate stuff you'll be asking about his family, about his success, about his failures, how did he handle, who was his best friends. All these things will be asking him. That will be a learning conversation which will make us to understand well about the other person. So treat everyone like Rajinikanth. When you meet a person, just Rajinikanth is just a name. I'm trying to tell you, like, treat everybody as a VIP so that you genuinely understand about the person. You show the genuine interest on them. Like, you understand the pet's name. Everybody knows a person's name. We know that the person is having a cat or a dog at his. But how many people know the name of that pet? What is so special about that pet? Where did he buy that pet? So these things will certainly help us to understand more. Again, it doesn't mean that you should do this with everybody. You shortlist your people, the connections where you want to do, whom you want to give business and want to take business from them, so that you create a good rapport with these people and ensure that you get an opportunity, no, for sure. If you have not done all these things, you can probably understand if he's a singer. Basically, I'm a singer, so I would like somebody talking about music. Somebody talks about SP Balasubramaniam or Kishore Kumar or Mohammed Rafi. So that will make me feel more comfortable. So I will start talking more, and I would like the other person to come and talk to me more. So this is just an example. You can identify those stuffs and start talking to them and understand this. If not, then this is the time you have to start and you have to do this. In fact, I read a book called Cell by Subrata Bachi, where he's clearly explained all these things step by step. And he has also done this on his own to understand these kind of things. Now, this is a era of digital. So networking and socials. You know for sure that if there is going to be an activity which is happening in the city, it will be not yesterday or last week. It's going to be more than a month or 2 months before itself. So prepare yourself for that. Know the sponsors, fix appointments with them, and meet them. If there is a registration stuff, kindly register yourself and ensure that you dress properly, take your cards, be there well in time, and take and get this opportunity. Crack it. Take the juice out of that entire stuff. Stay there for a day. In fact, most of the best meetings happens only after the next day of these kind of meetings. Go talk to the people, introduce yourself, ask more questions, understand themselves, ask more open-ended questions, understand what exactly they are into, and start doing the networking. In the meantime, watch the non-verbal activities, communications, because only 20% will be verbal communications, 80% will be non-verbal communications. Maintain an eye-to-eye contact with the people. So fix an appointment in case if they are busy that day, you can fix it probably the next day or the next week, whichever is convenient to them. So meet them, talk to them, understand about their products. Then again, try to understand more about their personal stuffs also. Then you talk about your business. So just try to understand, in case if this gentleman is not in your domain, try to understand from him the exact thing what he is looking out. And you can probably call your friends and you can help them by introducing your friends. Call them in front of them and just try to connect them. If possible, give the phone to them so that those people can talk to them in their own languages. They understand what exactly. So try to have at least 5 to 10 meetings physically. So that will be very useful for us to start the relationship. Then you can also remember one thing, you can also note down their name and read their name properly and take their phone numbers. And you can try to help them, what kind of value you can give it to them through your contacts to his business. Also, have some 4 to 5 stories. Never stop with one story, because facts will tell, stories will always sell. So talk to them, tell about the stories. In that story, the most important element is what and how did you face a problem and how did you come out of a problem, maybe an existing problem or a new problem. Tell them up to what extent you went and solved out these problems. Tell them with live stories, and then tell him the situation, ask him the same questions, whether he has also gone through these kind of situations, and check with him how he has come out of this. So that will make him more understanding about you and your business and what kind of person you are. And if it is in your own domain, you can ask him the other things like how you can collaborate and how can you help him to connect with people. So this is how you can start interacting with the people, and people will always love to hear stories and talk about stories too. And always mention why you went to help the people. So what exactly you made it. And then now you ask for opportunity. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Muted the person.
Ask about them, see how you can genuinely help them and get to the value. Then servant leadership. Servant leadership is a beautiful word coined by Toastmasters International, where people come every week and practice public speaking skills, helping others without thinking of yourself. You live, but you are there to serve others and to make them successful. If you have the mindset, then you will contribute to others for their success. Gratitude matters, and that is the magic word actually. Always thank the people who has referred you. Express appreciation, even if the opportunity didn't work out. Be generous in your appreciation. Send handwritten notes, because nowadays we people are not actually using pens. It's all WhatsApp and messages. So send a handwritten notes or a handmade paper where it make people feel very happy. And in case if you are getting an opportunity notes from your fellow members, please keep them informed on the progress of what exactly is happening, like who you met, what are the challenges you faced. Just talk to them. Don't bore them with all the unwanted stuff. Just keep them informed, like what exactly is happening. And it is always, better to thank the people who actually referred you in front of everybody in your 30 seconds presentation, or even again after the meetings also talk to them. So express your appreciations sincerely. And then follow up. Treating the opportunity notes right is the best way to follow up promptly. Then inform these people and providing an outstanding service so that the person who referred you will also feel happy about it and start referring more to you. And also keep the referrers informed. Real life success stories. I can share my own success story, how an opportunity note given to me changed the course of my business. I'm a singer. I used to go to temples, marriages, and all things to do concerts. There is a village called Devakotai near Trichy, where I've been there for a concert, and the people were very happy because our team really performed well. So when they asked for my card, I gave my business card. And after seeing that time I was working actually. So that gentleman called me after a week when I reached Chennai. He referred two of his friends to visit my site. And that time it was the villa was selling villas that was around 3.5 crores. This was exactly during the demonetization when it happened. And these two gentlemen took 3.5 crores worth of villas, two villas, and that too in white, full check. So that really changed the course of their entire business for me. And can I have some more examples from people who has got real life success stories? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Aparna. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Aparna.
Thank you, sir. So I have one story When way back in 2019, Mr. Ravichandar of BBB Bharati. At that time, I didn't know about BBB, so I had met him in some business conference, and he referred me an opportunity, and that changed the course of how my entire segment. Earlier, I was working only with organizations. I'm a consultant. I was working only with organizations, but the referral which he gave helped me to look at schools as another segment. So that referral added, it created a niche for me. That's when I realized, that segment, I have a lot of potential in that particular segment. This is my opportunity, experience. Thank you.
Excellent. In fact, I would like to thank our coach Murali also, because he gave an opportunity for me to talk in front of people. So that actually, made me known to a lot of people. Thank you, coach. I think there is a famous saying in Hindi. They say, "Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar." I think from now we have to say, "Jo deta hai wahi Sikandar." So we can also have a lot of digital strategies now. You can use LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a professional group where you can post about your fellow members' businesses, give them more opportunity so that you will also get in back. And you have an Instagram and Facebook, which is again depending on what kind of business you are into, the age group, and based on your target market, you can post your testimonials there. You can update your testimonials and feedback on the goals on the Google or a social media. Even if there is going to be a negative feedback, it doesn't matter, because you have to show them what exactly, and you can also prove them like how you are going to handle this kind of negative feedbacks. So you can also share your success stories on your websites with the testimonials of your customers. So that will help you to get more opportunity notes. And one important thing is get ready for rejection, because whatever we do, it's not going to give all success in one go. Yes, let's address the objection and concern of the people. So let's address it with open mind. Then rejection is the norm. So don't feel bad about it. Just think this is going to happen everywhere. And stay persistent. That is very important. That's the key. And adapt your approach according to the situations. So that is very important here. To summarize everything, effective communication is the key. You have to listen to people first, what they are talking, and then you have to tell a stories, which is a genuine story, so that people can relate it to, people can understand, and you have to build a strong relations, which you have to be very genuine in talking to them, attending the meetings, KYTs, and all these things. Show up to all the meetings, and then show genuine appreciation, like whatever good things people have done, you have to be the first person to genuinely appreciate it. And you should also adapt yourself to the modern technology, leverage on the digital channels, and go give to the world your stories, appreciations, products, and services. So that's the main important stuff which I wanted to communicate. So that if you do all these things, I'm pretty sure that you'll be getting more opportunity notes instantly, immediately. And before that, I would like to say only one thing. That's a Shami Kapoor Mohammad Rafi song. Dil dekha dekho, dil dekha dekho, dil dekha dekho ji. Dil lene walo, dil dena seekho ji. So start learning to give more, and so that you will get more opportunity notes. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you. Let's have a Q&A. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Looks like you can also sing songs, apart from telling
I have a very bad throat, Tala.
To was indeed an excellent session, Uma Shankarji. You actually educated us with even the tiniest of the tiniest parts where we can improve our values as entrepreneurs. The session is open for questions. Anybody can ask any of the questions to Mr. Uma Shankar with regard to the networking part and how to communicate and guarantee the opportunity notes. If you have any hindrances in this part of getting any opportunity notes of the way you need to communicate, kindly go ahead and you can ask to Mr. Uma Shankar regarding this.
Good afternoon, Raghavendra here from Aribata chapter.
Yes, Raghavendra, happy afternoon.
First of all, that one-liner that you sang, that explains many things. Dena hai pehle. Having said that, somehow I logged in at the very fag end of the thing. If you could briefly summarize on the deliberate, I would be kind of very grateful to you.
Sure. See, basically what we just talked. Can I run through it quickly? Will that be 1 second? Yeah, we just started with the story of Lord Krishna and Kusela, where Lord Kusela started giving this poha and Krishna gave back. That's the opportunity which both Kusela got from Lord Krishna. So the psychology of go-giver and a go-getter and the 5 laws of the stratospheric success which I was talking about. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you get in payment. So the service, I'm saying instead of sales, you have to do serve. And these are the 4 laws which talks about influence, authenticity, and the most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself first, and then receptivity. And before talking about opportunity, take genuine interest in people. That's the before doing a KYT, go properly, go in time, talk to them about their life, their stories, so that that ice-breaking session can happen, and get into the details, very personal things like the name of their pet, their birthdays, wedding days, their favorite songs, in case if there's a singer, then movie, and all these things, and so that both of them will start understanding each other better. And prepare yourself when you're going for a meet, social meets, well in advance, register yourself and fix appointment with the people there, go talk to them, try to help them genuinely, understand, talk to them about your problems, your stories, how you came out with the problem, the success stories, even failures for that matter, and you can tell how, what are the steps you took to come out of that, and you can genuinely introduce your friends in case if it's not in your domain, so that you can give them a connection. The moment you start giving, you will obviously get the opportunity notes from them, and tell stories how you went out. These are the things, that's the actual magic. Servant leadership, like I was talking about Toastmasters, where everybody will come and meet and talk about public speaking and helping others. Then show your gratitude for the people who actually referred you. Send a handwritten note to them saying thank you. Then express your appreciation sincerely. And in case the business is started, then please keep them about the progress, what you're doing, and do a great job and provide an outstanding service so that the referrer also will feel happy about it and start referring more people. And please inform the people. And we shared about, Aparna shared about her personal success story, and I also shared one story. And adapt yourself to the latest technology and be present in LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Give genuine appreciation to our people, start promoting about our people, be the brand ambassador to the fellow members so that everybody start giving more business to them. And also be ready for a rejection. It's not that all the good things will happen only to us. Obviously, we may face rejection. You have to adapt according to the situation. Take the feedbacks in a very positive way and in an open mind. And finally, effective communication is the key. listen and tell stories to people, build strong relationships. That's it.
Wonderful, wonderful it is. Can I also request the learning and development team to share the PDFs that is running over here on to the other chapters who are unable to attend the meetings, the sessions for today. It will be a brief thing for them. Can we do that, sir?
Yes, Lakshmi. Actually, this whole programs also will be uploaded on YouTube. I'll share the links to the YouTube for the previous month sessions as well, so that people can always know that particular portion which they want to repeat, or people who have not who have missed it also can see it from beginning to end. Thanks.
Fantastic,
So,
fantastic. It's a
Ramkishan sir.
great initiative by the learning and the development team of BBB from the Forum of Business Brahmins. It's a great
Excuse me.
initiative. Yeah.
Excuse me. Now we have one good options in WhatsApp's called channel. WhatsApp channels are available. It is very simple. Why don't we create one channel and where we post everything about whatever the meeting we held. So all over the world, if they search for a BBB channel, they'll be able to view our all activities happening in the forums.
I'll
Thank
get
you.
in touch with you offline, Kamlesh. I think you're using the channel pretty well. I can see that. Only thing is that, we also at BBB, we don't want to be too loud or too public. But
It
I'll
is simple.
touch
We
base.
can make it private channel.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks, Kamlesh. Sure.
Welcome, sir. Sorry, sir.
I also want to make a point over here. The Rockstar details for July and August, the inspiring rockstars whom we all saw, will also be published proudly in the newsletters of BBB, and the September months will also be published in next month. This is truly inspiring for the others to come up in the forthcoming the publications. The forthcoming rockstars will also be published in the next publications. You can encourage all the team members of your respective chapters to perform well, so that this is a point where we can emphasize them to perform well too. We can consider this point. Now I request our Madhukar sir to summarize today's session. Madhukar sir.
Okay, I think Madhukar is not available.
Yes, sir. Ramki sir, can I request you to summarize the session, and can we conclude the session?
I feel like a student now.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, I think
Madhukar is online.
I just want to summarize it in 2 sentences. 1 sentence for each session. One was Raksha's session, the importance of giving, not just giving, but giving first. The importance of giving first is the key here. That is the first big takeaway. The second, for the second session, Jo deta hai wo Sikandar. Sorry for my Hindi, but I think everybody can understand. And that's good. Both of them made very passionate presentations and expressed themselves authentically and sincerely. And we need to just want to request the audience to pass on the your experience of MARGA sessions to your chapter members, and let's have more people coming in. 130 is a good number, but let's just bump it to 200 and 300. After all, we have a capacity of 500 for the meeting. So let's try and push it as much as possible. Thank you so much, Lakshmi.
Thank you, everyone who have attended these sessions. This is the 6th session of MARGA that is from the BBB Learning and Development team. These guys are doing a great job from the back end, encouraging the BBB members to actively participate, to bring up more changes in their business, to scale up their business into the hundreds and the thousands things. Thank you so much. Great effort by the BBB L&D team, sir. Thank you. I thank each and every participant over here. And big thank to Raksha Kapoor and Uma Shankar too. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all, guys. Bye. Tata. See you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
The wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thank you.